Hey everybody, it's Sis. After I shared my thoughts about Charlie Kirk and I read all your comments, I've been reflecting on faith, community, and how each of us finds our way and our path to God. Today I want to talk about those three things: faith, community, and the lessons, those that I carried with me from my childhood experiences through religion and my own faith today. When I was young, we used to go to Water Island in the Caribbean in the harbor of Charlotte Amalie St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands. And we would anchor out in Honeymoon Bay and spend the holiday week with my Aunt Sally and Uncle Eddie, who had a house there. My Aunt Sally was a devout Catholic. She went to church every week of her 92 years and maybe more. We would go to midnight mass for Christmas, and we would hustle down to the ferry dock and get on the ferry and cross over to St. Thomas. And it was beautiful. It was at night, stars. The houses were lit up all over the hillsides on St. Thomas. And then we would get to church, and the churches were lit up outside, so the light from the windows showed beautifully. And they had a lot of Spanish influence, and so the churches were very vivid. For instance, there would be a full adult-sized statue of Virgin Mary, and her cloak would be the color of that week, of the Christmas week, which I think was purple maybe. There would be a full life-size of Jesus on the cross. Super influential to me as a child. But I remembered those, and it felt like community, like I could be in any church in the world. I don't go a lot. I do believe in God. In those churches, I felt His presence so much. I don't know how to explain it. If you sit still, you can feel the presence of God. It's lovely. Most of us in my generation, we had a structural community belief in God. We each might go to different churches, but we all went to church because that was our community. And when we would go on holiday to different places, we would actually go to our church, to our faith, where we would find community. I think we developed our relationship with God through those experiences as children. And some of us chose to move away from that family value of church and community in the later generations. That's one of the things I admired about Charlie. He believed deeply in his faith, and he felt compelled to bring faith to the young people of America and help them to explore their faith. And though I didn't agree on everything, I do believe that his mission was just and good. I went to church every Sunday from as far back as I can remember, and every Friday and Sunday when I was in Catholic school. And even though I eventually left the Catholic faith, I carried with me the lessons on community, morality, and a belief that God was always with me. At the age that these kids are today, that was the time when I decided I wanted to step away and search the world for more meaning, because that's a lot of what we do when we go to college. We're looking for meaning in the world. And so I stepped away, but I never lost my faith. I never stopped praying. I never stopped asking for God's help because I had that deep foundation. I think this might be what Charlie's message is, and what it was, and what it'll continue to be, is to find faith. It doesn't matter where you go, what church. It matters that you touch base with God again, that you meet Him, that you understand the story of Jesus Christ. He impacted our lives, our parents' lives, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, our great-great-grandparents, and all the way back, because Christianity was built. Faith may look different to each of us, but the need for love, guidance, and community is universal. Sometimes people say they don't know what it feels like to believe in God or to know God is there. And I say it is because you're rushing your life. Too many thoughts, too many things to do, no time for yourself. When I say yourself, ultimately, that is where you get in touch with God. You guys have seen my videos about getting out in nature. Nature is God. This is the gift He gave us, this beautiful earth that we live on. And again, I don't want to preach to you. I just want to encourage you to actually take time to be still and allow the God within you to show itself so that you can be in touch with God, because He is always there for you, always. And He'll help you with your mission as He helped Charlie. So let's develop spaces where we can keep faith and where we can feel safe and we can be guided towards compassion and understanding of others and do away with unhappiness and hate. Love you dearly. Thanks. And if you love this video, please like below, subscribe, and comment. And I ask that you keep your comments loving and compassionate and ask questions.